Hi, my name is Kanarit. I'm a museum educator at the Art Institute of Chicago. Together, we're going to explore a painting from our collection. Let's take a moment to let our eyes move around this painting. Left to right, top to bottom, and from the center out to the edges. Imagine, what would it feel like to step into this painting? Let's start by imagining what we would hear. Monkey noises. What do monkeys sound like? Does he sound happy or excited? Do you hear him chewing? Or plucking a grape off its stem? We're outside. Do you hear anything else? Maybe the wind in the trees? Perhaps birds singing far away, or the noise of people laughing that we can't see. What if we could touch all the things we can see in this painting? What might they feel like? Let's start with the large structure that the monkey is on. It's almost like a table. If we run our hands over it, we would feel that it's made out of stone. Would it be cold or warm to the touch? Is it smooth? What would it feel like where there are chips and missing pieces? Let's move up to the flower container and imagine our fingers touching it. It's very smooth, and our fingers can slip over its shiny surface. Do you feel the ripples of the vase as we move our hands across it, going up and down? What about the flowers in the vase? They look very delicate. There are so many different kinds. Would each feel different as you touch them? What if we could smell and taste this painting? Do you see any fruits you recognize? Can you imagine how they would smell and taste? There are lots of grapes, red and green. There are fuzzy orange peaches stacked on top of each other. There are deep blue plums just below the grapes. An open pomegranate with seeds peeking out at the top. Outside of the container is a large melon. It looks as though a piece has been cut out. Next to it is a peach cut in half. Who do you think cut or tore open the fruits? Do they smell ripe, or are they starting to rot? We just used our imaginations to explore this painting, and it felt to me like we walked right into a real scene. But in fact, the artist who made this painting was using his imagination a lot too when he created it. The artist's name is Jean-Baptiste Audry, and he painted this artwork in 1724. That's about 300 years ago. He made this painting when he worked in the royal court of King Louis XV in France. So he probably made this painting as decoration for the palace or for one of the king's friends. Paintings like this were made as a way to show off all the riches that a person had. What do you think the artist was trying to show off? How can you tell? Perhaps the flowers? We noticed before that there are so many different kinds. They are actually flowers from across the world, and the artist included all of them in this painting as a way to tell those looking at it that the French had traveled the globe in order to bring back flowers and seeds to create beautiful gardens for the king. This was at a time when traveling meant sailing in ships for months, even years. And at this time, the French were fighting many wars to take control of areas in the American, African, and Asian continents. How about the fruit? Do you see them spilling out, bursting with seeds? They look so ripe and delicious. Back in the 1700s, people didn't have refrigerators, and those fruits would all be ripe at different seasons. Audry may have spent a year sketching what the ripe fruits looked like, drawing the peaches from East Asia in July when they were ripe, the grapes from Europe in September, the pomegranate from the Middle East in October, and the melon from Central Asia in June. He then put them all together in this painting to show off these fruits that come from many different countries. And we can't forget the monkey. Not only did King Louis XV have monkeys at the palace, he had a seal, a pelican, tigers, a rhinoceros, a lion, and even an elephant. Today, there are zoos that have collections of animals so that scientists can study them and we can all learn about them. But Louis XV had a private zoo, called a menagerie, that he kept just to impress his guests. Many people came from across France to pay to see these animals that he had taken from distant countries. Some people who visited wanted to have their own menageries, but as you can imagine, it's not a good idea to keep wild animals at your home. It's not safe for people, and the animals don't like being kept in small spaces. So they did the next best thing and paid Udry to paint the animals they wished they could have. And Udry actually preferred to paint animals to people. He thought they had better expressions. Now imagine that you could create a painting filled with some of your favorite things to tell people about yourself. You can picture it in your mind, or you can write down your thoughts or draw them on a piece of paper. What would the setting be? Would it be outside, inside your home, at a place special to you? Would you include your favorite animals, the foods you like to eat, musical instruments or games you like to play, books you like to read, or your hobbies? What would you want people to feel when they looked at your painting? What will they smell, hear, touch, and taste? The artwork you create, filled with objects and things you enjoy, tells us all a little bit about you. I want to thank you so much for joining me in exploring this painting called Still Life with Monkey, Fruits, and Flowers. You can see it and many other artworks the next time you visit the Art Institute of Chicago. We can't wait to see you.